Well, hey, my friend, you went crazy when I shared the chopping mat ideas, and I am going to share with you 5 more because I'm sitting here in my crafting area and I'm super inspired. You know how when you have one idea and it just snowballs and you can't quit coming up with more ideas? Well, that happened to me, and I had never crafted with these little gems before. But once you start, it's addicting. You're like, I could make this and this and this. I hope these ideas inspire you, and I hope that you will make something. So let me know, of course, as always, in the comments, which one of these ideas is your favorite and which one you're going to try first. This Dollar Tree chopping mat hack might become your absolute favorite. I know it is mine. So I am just simply taking a scrap piece of this chopping mat and adding a coaster to it just for a little bit of a template. Now, once you draw your circle on here, you're going to cut it out. But what I will tell you is that you're going to want to make sure that this fits your container because we are making a flower frog. Do you know what that is? It is a handy dandy way to have your stems held up in a vase or a container. And so I decided to go ahead and trim off the rest of that Sharpie. But once you have it in the shape and the size that you want, you are simply going to add hole punch holes everywhere that you want to hold stems. Now, work your way around the entire circle, and when you have it complete, you're going to want to do the center circle. I wanted this center one to be a little bit larger, so I cut slits in an X in the middle, and then I just used this sharp tool to cut out the center. Once you have it like that, you can put it in any container and add your stems. How perfect! What a great design. You can add this to vases, to mason jars, to really any container that you want to show off your stems in. This is how it looks with faux flowers. I definitely think it would be great, of course, with real flowers as well, but you're just going to want to be able to add multiples to the center and then single flowers all the way around. You can add as many holes as you want. This is such a versatile hack. I would love to know what you think. Do you use flower frogs when you get flowers? And would you make one of these for your next arrangement? I love how it is clear, which makes it super versatile for any floral stem. So what do you think? Is a DIY flower frog in your future? This one has to be one of my favorites, the frog idea. You can put as many holes in this as you want. So simple, so easy. Of course, I used it with faux flowers, but it works great with real flowers, of course, as well. And it fits in any size container. You just cut it to the right size. What do you think? Do you love this frog flower idea to do with the chopping mat? Let me know down below. Just when you thought you might run out of ideas for these Dollar Tree chopping mats, I've got another one for you, my friend. Go ahead and cut it out to whatever really size that you want. I just went with a rectangular shape, and we are going to make an earring holder. So stick with me. I want to show you how to use it. So speaking of stick with me, I'm going to use some duct tape on this. This is totally optional, but I'm loving the way that it looks. And once you decide exactly where you want to place the duct tape, we're going to align it for the design. So this one happens to be this really cute Moroccan tile look, and I got it on there just perfect and then wrapped it around the entire piece of chopping mat. So it sort of looks like a bookmark, but that's not what we're going for here. We are literally going to punch out holes. I'm using this little hole punch. It's a tiny one, really tiny, perfect for putting earrings in. And once you get all of the holes in, it's really however many earrings you want. This is how it looks up close. I hope you can see that. Then you're going to add your earrings to it. So I wear a lot of these little stud earrings, and they fit perfectly on here. Now, I always tend to pack my earrings haphazardly, and this has been a super helpful hack, and I can literally slip them in any bag, that's just my purse, and pull them out, and they're all in one place, safe and sound. What do you think? So this works really well for me because I wear a lot of these stud type earrings. These really small earrings work, and I'm loving the little duct tape up here. What do you think of this? I would love to know. Would this work for you? This is perfect for me to pull in and out of my purse like you saw, and also just to lay in my travel bag and not have to worry about losing my earrings. I don't know. I love this one. You're going to want to save this Dollar Tree chopping mat DIY hack because it has become one of the most fan favorites of all of my hacks. So last time I shared a chopping mat video, which I will link it here below for you in case you missed it. I shared a bookmark and everybody went goo goo gaga over it. And I was like, okay, I hear you. I see you. And we are going to make another bookmark. This one's going to be a little bit different. So I'm cutting it again in the bookmark length that I like. Again, that is all personal. Make it as big or small as you want to fit your favorite books. And then I decided to round the corners this time, and I am going to make it fit on front of this little DIY template. And I'm going to cut out the paper to fit a little easier. And in order to keep it in place, I'm going to just add some washi tape to the ends in order to keep it from shifting around. Once you have it kind of pinned down in place, we're going to use one of my favorites, this Posca pen, and we are going to trace. We're just going to outline this little hand lettering word, hallelujah. And I think it's so beautiful, and you don't have to be an expert hand letterer. You don't have to have any type of skills. If you can trace, you can make this, my friend. So once I have the letters all traced, we are going to I hit it with a heat gun just to give it a little bit of dry so that it didn't smear. In fact, if you want to use a little more of a permanent marker, you might want to do that as well. You just have to be careful if you use one of these pens. Now, I'm going to use this duct tape on the end. I loved this black and white kind of Moroccan style Spanish tile look, and trim it to fit this bookmark. I just love using the duct tape because you can really use any design you love. They have so many to pick from at all of the craft stores. I've seen it at Michael's, at Walmart, at even Dollar Tree has a few different designs of duct tape. You just have to keep an eye out. So once you have it trimmed down and have it fitting on your bookmark, I went ahead and did both ends. I thought it was kind of cute to kind of pull it all together. We're just going to simply hole punch where we want our tassel or our ribbon. And again, that part is all optional. Some people just want to use it like this as their bookmark. But this is how you are going to add the hole punch. I want you to know that it is a little difficult because you are going through duct tape and chopping mat, but I have faith in you. If I can do it, you can do it. All right, I'm just pulling through this really cute black and white polka dotted ribbon, and I'm going to go ahead and do the dovetail, dog ear, mermaid tail design on the end of the ribbon just to kind of finish it off and make it look complete. These are perfect for yourself or as a gift, and this is how it looks on my Bible. I love it. It's so pretty. If you want the little template that says hallelujah, I will link it below for you. And I'm glad that you love the bookmark because that gave way to this bookmark. And I'm thinking that either one would be the perfect gift for someone that you care about. Pair it with a gift card to like Barnes and Nobles or their favorite book. What do you think? She's so beautiful, my friend. Oh my goodness, loving the polka dots. What do you think? Is this one your favorite again this week? Where are we at? Where are we at with the bookmarks? Let me know below. Let's make a super simple DIY using these Dollar Tree chopping mats. They are so handy, my friend. You are going to be obsessed when you see how easy this is. So I'm just grabbing this kind of rifle paper company inspired wrapping paper. I honestly don't remember where I got this, but any wrapping paper will do. And that's the beauty of it, my friend. You can even use fabric. You can use gift bags. I think the opportunities are endless here. I'm using this handy tool I got at Christmas. I'll link it below to literally cut off the wrapping paper in a perfect smooth cut. Now I'm just evening it on here, seeing where this will fit, and one cut of the wrapping paper you can see would work for 2 whole placemats. Yes, my friend, we are making DIY placemats with this wrapping paper. Once you have it cut, just make sure that it fits into your chopping mat, and then I just used a straight edge to trim it off and round off the corners. Once you have it the way that you want it, you can put it on your table setting just like this. I am loving this. I hope you love it too. Let me know what you think, and if this is something you will be adding to your next tablescape. I feel like it's just such an easy way to make a statement, even for your everyday meals. I'm loving the idea of changing this out for the seasons, for the holidays. The ideas are endless for this one, my friend. Let me know what you think. If you like to stencil, my friend, I can't wait to show you this hack with the Dollar Tree chopping mats. So this is a Magnolia Stencil craft kit. They come once a month. I love it because it's super convenient. But this time it was a canvas tote, and I'm going to take this chopping mat and place it right here inside the tote to protect the other half of the tote while we do the stencil. So I'm going to use this mandala. I love the look of this onto this canvas tote and make it a really cute boho look. I can't wait for you to see the end and see how it turns out. Okay, so once you get the stencil kind of where you want it on your tote, I'm only using half of it on this part of the tote, so I'm only going to peel back half of the stencil for this part. Once I have it, I'm just repositioning that chopping mat, making sure that it's completely underneath. I'm going with this olive green look. It actually ends up turning a really cool kind of dark brown color. I'm loving the way it turns out on here. It is a permanent ink. I am just smoothly and strategically stroking it across the canvas. So I want to be careful to get it on there, but not so heavy that it bleeds. With the ink, you have to be very precise. And it is simple, but again, just taking a little bit of care when you're applying it is best practice, and you're going to be super pleased with your results. And it didn't take much of the ink at all to cover this little portion of the bag, and it turns out so awesome. So it perfectly is positioned onto the edge. I'm making careful not to go over into the crack of the tote bag. You'll see what I mean when we take it off of here. But super easy, super fun, smooth strokes, trying to get as little on there with complete coverage, if that makes sense. So once I have all of that applied, I'm going to peel. You're going to squeal, which is hitting that thumbs up button, and I'm revealing the little half mandala here. Just decide how you want it on there, and then go for it. Just don't overthink it. These are supposed to be simple projects, simple DIYs. Now I'm just protecting this by squirting some water onto a paper towel until I can get it over to the sink and rinse it out, because it will be reusable. In fact, we're going to reuse it right now. I'm going to dry this a little bit with my heat tool just to give it like a permanent seal, checking where my mat went in and repositioning my mat for the second mandala. Am I saying that right? Mandala? I think so. Anyway, I am going to smooth it out right here into the center of my canvas tote, and I sped this up a little bit for us, but we are just applying the rest of my permanent ink. It's in these little perfect to-go packets. They are super convenient. I love it for the craft kit. If you're interested, I will link that below, but I love that it comes every single month and I don't have to think about it. I can just literally be excited to get my craft kit in the mail, and I know what I'm going to make. So I'm going to reveal that this chopping mat saved the day. It saved my ink from going through to the other side of the canvas. I decided to add this cute little bundle of ribbons to the handle, and I just zip tied it there like a little knot. And I'm going to snip that end off, and then as a final touch, I'm going to add a piece of bling. You know, I can't make a craft project hardly without any bling. I forgot, I just trimmed this here at the end. Totally optional. You don't even have to add this ribbon, but I thought it was a really fun touch. This is the bling. It's a brooch. I'm just threading the pin through there. If it wasn't a brooch that you have, you could always hot glue a piece of sparkle to it. I just think it gives it a really cute look. This is what it looks like close up. You can tell I'm excited. I am in love with this little canvas tote. And I want to show you that I also used the chopping mat inside the canvas tote as a sort of a divider so that you can have one side with certain things that you're carrying. Maybe it's notepads, notebooks, markers, things that you don't maybe want to touch or chance getting on the other side. So I just thought it would be a great little divider for any bag, any purse, but especially this little tote. What do you think? Don't you think it is so cute, so adorable? Let me know in the comments below if this is something you would use to help with all of your stencil projects and keep everything clean and neat, as well as keeping your bag organized. I'd love to know what you think of the color I went with and if you would have done anything different with the tassels. If you like to travel and you like to try to cram everything into a little overhead bin compartment-sized suitcase, this little Dollar Tree hack might be for you. So you're just going to take your shoes that you would normally be trying really hard not to have touch all the other things in your suitcase and a Dollar Tree chopping mat to put over them. This is going to ensure that your clothes stay clean and everything has a place. And every place has a thing. I love this hack. What do you think? Have you ever bought something that you were just so in love with, you didn't want to mess it up? Sometimes I feel like I bought something and I almost don't want to even use it. So with this chopping block that I'm in love with, I added a Dollar Tree chopping mat. These are just so affordable at 50 cents almost a piece, and it protects my really awesome investment. Now, I know you might be saying to yourself, Melanie, this is for chopping, but I just can't bring myself to make the knife marks, to mess it up and make it ugly. I don't know about you, but there's something satisfying about keeping it fresh. What do you think? Well, my friend, thank you for joining me here in my crafting space for some fun ideas using these Dollar Tree chopping mats. Let me know, of course, which one you're going to try first and which one you feel like needs to go on the chopping block. I hope that you'll stick around to my channel and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And if you're feeling a little fancy, go ahead and get on my email list. That's where we stay in touch every single week with new ideas and inspiration for you to also decorate and create a home that you love, all on a budget. Mwah. Love you, my friend.